Welcome to my channel. This is Get to Know. Just chilling tonight. I said welcome to my channel where I do whatever I want. Yep, I said it. Just seeing what's up. So the windshield in my car got broke today. Pretty pissed off about it. Some stupid ass person driving a dump truck down the freeway didn't have his tailgate closed all the way, I guess, and was spitting gravel out all over the place. So now I got some really good chips and some pretty good cracks in my windshield.
Go.
It's going to be over $300 to fix it.
Get up there. Get up there, man.
I'm just hoping that the company who was driving the dump truck anyway, hope they fix it. Because it's already cracked more today. It only happened today. So we'll see. Everybody must be everywhere else on YouTube tonight, huh? Yep, I'm just gonna chill for a bit. So who's up in the NBA playoffs or in the championship? Isn't it the Celtics and the Mavericks? I think it's the Celtics and the Mavericks. Go Celtics. Go Boston. So, but yeah, I'm pretty pissed off about the windshield in the car. It's kind of a bummer.
Yeah, I hope they pay for it.
Well, if they don't, I just have to take them to small claims court. I got video footage of what happened.
Yeah.
So.
And video showing you asking him to pull over.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
So.
And he wasn't having it. The dude that was driving wasn't having it. He just kept on going shit. And I got hiccups, guys. So yeah, let me see. Let me see. I'm talking about some shit. Hold on. What the hell was that about? Come on, take your shit out of here. Yeah. All right, you thanks for coming in, South my saying hi. Well, not saying hi, but you know, taking it from the rest off. I appreciate it. Got a lot of room in there tonight, though, huh? Oh, two of you now. It's getting kind of crowded. Hope you guys learn how to share real good. You definitely get kind of crowded in the rest stop, that's for sure. That's for sure. What's up, Mr. Chapman? How are you tonight, sir? Got the infamous James Chapman in chat tonight.
I don't know if I can fit you in on the panel, but
Yeah, I don't know if I can fit you in on the panel, but if you want to come up, I could probably squeeze you in for a minute or two, bud. Nope, I'm not too busy tonight, James. Not too busy at all. Not at all. So, protecting children from pedophilia involves a combination of education, communication, and vigilance. Here are some strategies that can help. Number one, first and foremost, and most important of all, educate your children. Teach them the correct names for their body parts and explain the concept of privacy versus secrecy. No, James, I got time to talk to you, bud.
come on up.
So, God damn it. So make sure they know the concept of privacy and secrecy. We told our kids that there's no such thing as a good secret. If somebody asks you to keep a secret, it's because something is wrong. That's what I think, anyway. Make sure they understand that their body is their own and no one should touch them in a way that makes them uncomfortable. Well, anyway. Open communication. Encourage open dialogue about body safety and the importance of telling an adult if someone makes them feel uncomfortable or asks them to keep a secret. See how this is all rolling back to secret?
How about you come up, James?
What's up, MG the OG? Gangsta in the hey house. Know your children's friends and activities is very important. Very important. I think that knowing your children's friends' parents is equally, if not more important, but they're both important. Know your children's friends and activities. Be involved in your child's life and know who they are spending time with. Pedophiles often target children who seem distant from their parents. Oh, so true it is. It is insane how many parents nowadays don't teach about consent. Yep, that's right. Teach them to trust their instincts. Help a child recognize and trust their feelings about people and situations. If something doesn't feel right, they should feel empowered to speak up. Absolutely important. Absolutely important. You can't expect a child to speak up about something they don't have any idea about. Kind of my situation. My parents never spoke to us about this kind of stuff.
I'm gonna go back there and just use the shovel and dig some of it up. That's all.
Okay.
Just on the side of the paper,
Okay.
I'll be back in like 10 minutes.
Hope y'all. Act Right People says, hey, y'all. Hope everyone is okay. G2K got the shirts today. Beautiful job. All right. Sweet. Great. I'm glad you guys got them. And, what's wrong with bro? Uh-oh. Use technology wisely. It doesn't help we have all these parents running around violating their children's privacy. So these kids don't stand a chance when they already live it. What's different if it's someone else? Yeah. I don't even know how to answer that one. It's a crazy thing. It's really fucking sad. Use technology wisely. Monitor your child's online activity and use parental control software to protect them from potential online predators. In order to do that, you'd have to ban them from the internet. That's what I feel. By privacy, I mean more along the lines of publicly posting pics and talking shit about their kids in these Facebook groups. Yeah. Act Right People says, hi, wifey. Awesome job on the hearts. Love them.
Oh, thank you. Hello, guys. Ladies.
Oh yeah, I think she did a good job. She doesn't ever give herself enough credit for the shit she does. So yeah, but I can't take any credit except for the writing on these ones. None at all. My wife did them. She dyed them. She tied them. She dyed them. She rinsed them. She fucking did everything besides write the names on it. I hope you guys really do like him and you're not just saying that because that would be shitty. I would feel bad. You know. I know they have a little bit of blue in it, but we used all the purple we had, and it was going to take another 2 weeks before we got any more purple in. But yeah, anyway. I hope they're good enough. we just hold ourselves to a real kind of high standard when it comes to that. You know, we don't like putting out shitty work. Even if you monitor your child's online activity, it's still really hard to make them feel comfortable with their privacy, but not feel violated about their privacy at the same time. Like, I don't know when it became okay to publicly slander your child to the world wide web. If parents don't know boundaries, then these kids won't know them either. Yeah, and they don't already. They fucking don't already. Safety first. Always prioritize your child's safety above all else. This includes teaching them how to respond if they feel unsafe, such as screaming or running away. Remember, it's important to approach these topics with sensitivity and care, ensuring that your child feels supported and understood. I've said this 1,000 times. I'll say it another million. I guarantee that. The only person that's uncomfortable with having this kind of talk with their children are the parents. That child is not uncomfortable about it. Children are more receptive of this topic about keeping themselves safe than you guys, than people would imagine. Don't sell yourself short. You have a slight echo, GGK. Oh, all right. Is that better? Don't sell yourself short. You have a slight echo. That's right. Hey, sweet friend. I'm just not trying to get close to sitting down. I've been running circles since 8. Yeah, one thing about running circles is you never get nowhere, you know? It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Okay, well, I hope so. I mean, I already put you guys through a lot having to listen to me once. You don't want to have to listen to me twice at once. So, I'm on graveyards now, so maybe I can catch more of your lives. That'd be cool. That'd be cool. I'm gonna try to get back into the groove of things too, though. I'm gonna try to do anyway. Yeah, still working on this game concept I got going on, so we'll see how that goes too. But said earlier that there's a difference between secrecy and privacy, and some ways to make sure that your children know what the difference between secrecy and privacy and the differences between those are. So, testing your child's understanding of privacy and secrecy can be done through open conversations and role playing scenarios. Here are some steps you can take. Discuss scenarios. Talk about different situations where privacy and secrecy might come into play. Ask your child how they would feel and what they would do in those scenarios. Role play. Create role playing games where you can act out situations that involve privacy and secrecy. This can help children understand the concepts in a practical way. Ask questions. Pose questions to your children about what they think is private and what should be kept secret. Encourage them to explain their reasoning. Set boundaries. Discuss and set clear boundaries about what is considered private information within your family. And as hard as this might be, you have to respect their privacy. Show respect for their privacy by knocking before entering their room or asking before reading their diary, their personal journal, their text messages. I mean, there you can use some couth. Have some decency. But it's very imperative that children understand that the only time people ask you to keep a secret usually is when it's something negative. They don't. Why don't you want anybody else to know? Because it's probably wrong. You got a gun. You get to protect people and be a guard. Damn, I'm jealous. You good shot? Hmm. So I bet you are. I bet you are. Now, the difference between privacy and secrecy lies in their intent and the way they are perceived. Privacy is about having control over one's personal information and the choice of when to share it with others. It emphasizes respect for individual anatomy and the right to keep personal matters to oneself, free from public scrutiny or surveillance. Secrecy, on the other hand, involves actively hiding specific information, often with the intent to deceive or manipulate situations. It implies a hidden agenda where individuals. Oh, I knew you were going to do that. It implies a hidden agenda where individuals conceal information for fear of repercussions or judgment. In essence, privacy is about maintaining personal boundaries while keeping things open and transparent as much as possible. Secrecy suggests a deliberate concealment of information, which can sometimes be necessary, but also has a potential to create distance or mistrust. And it's true. That's true. Yes. My cousin did a graveyard shift 2 5 on 2 off for 15 years. He's been days for a month and can't get the hang of the time switch. It's not easy, lol. I slept about 4 hours of that day. Yeah. Yeah, I used to work graveyard shifts. I loved it. I really did. Um, I'm just Googling shit. I'm just Googling shit. I get it off of Bing. Bing. But yeah, I've been having AI help me get shit together. I just haven't had really much time to do shit for myself anymore. I've just been working my ass off. So, but now my son's up at the college. He's moved out, and yeah. So I've got a I they just recently released Idaho's 2023 2023 sexual abuse statistics and numbers for fiscal year 2023. I think it was 2020, 2022 and 2023. Right. Okay. So my mistake. They just released 2022's numbers of cases towards children in the state of Idaho. I'm working on some stuff with that right now. The numbers are disgusting. It actually went down. The percentage of cases this year from last year, from 2022 to 2021, is down like 4%, 5% or something like that. But that of course doesn't take into account any of the cases that
Stop.
That never come forward or never seen the court level. So I'm sure the numbers are way higher than they actually represent. They always are. They always are. So it's challenging to determine the exact prevalence of child sexual abuse because it is often underreported. However, studies suggest that the incidence is far greater than what is reported to authorities. Victimization rates. According to the National Center for Victims of Crime, 1 in 5 girls and 1 in 20 boys are victims of child sexual abuse. Self-report studies show that 20% of adult females and 5 to 10% of adult males recall a childhood sexual assault or sexual abuse incident. And I always say this when I hear this, it's more than that. It's more like 1 in every 3 girls and 1 in every 5 to 6 boys. I guarantee it. Age vulnerability. Children are most vulnerable to child sexual abuse between the ages of 7 and 13. During a 1-year period in the U.S., 16% of youths aged 14 to 17 had been sexually victimized. Think about that one. Perpetrator relationship. A significant number of adolescents who have been sexually assaulted were victimized by someone they knew and knew well. In cases where there is credible evidence that a child has been penetrated, only between 5 and 15% of those children will have genital injuries consistent with sexual abuse. That means just because they don't see no damage, or you can't see any damage, it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. That's not happening. Is what that means. Yeah, and nowadays you can't even trust parents anymore. It's a fucked up thing too. Long-term effects. The effects of child sexual abuse can be long-lasting and affect the victim's mental health. And yes, they can. And yes, they do. Victims are more likely than non-victims to experience symptoms of drug abuse, PTSD, and major depressive episodes as adults, and many other things, for sure. Hell yeah, that's good. These statistics highlight the importance of awareness, prevention, and support for victims of childhood sexual abuse. We know that nothing will change if nobody says anything about it. Yep, it does. It does mess you up real bad. I am a walking, talking example of that. PTSD, drug abuse, major depressive disorder, anxiety, antisocial disorder, uh, uh, dissociative identity disorder, and it's all linked to back to being sexually abused. Yep, it does. I'd love to hear your story. You know, not so much as the abuse, but you know how you've made it through life and the trials and tribulations you've gone through. So I'd really love to hear it sometime. Just because it helps me maintain strength. You know what I mean? Like the more and more people that come forward with their story and I get to hear it, it helps me get stronger and want to keep going and doing what I'm doing. Because I'm not gonna lie, there's been quite a few times here recently that I just haven't even thought it was worth it anymore. Like, you know what I mean? And that's bad. I feel like that, but I can't lie about it. And so yeah, anytime I hear anybody's part of their story, any piece of their story, it encourages me and helps me keep moving. So yeah, hell yeah, it'll sure shot act right. So I am on the NCVC, the National Centers for Victims of Crime webpage. Last round, I was held hostage 18 hours with a 12 gauge and 2 German shepherds. That's bad shit. So this is from the NCVC, the National Center for Victims of Crime. Child sexual abuse statistics. The prevalence of child sexual abuse is difficult to determine because it is often not reported. Experts agree that the incidents are far greater than what is reported to authorities. CSA is also not uniformly defined, so statistics may vary. The statistics below represent some of the research done on child sexual abuse. The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services Children's Bureau reported child maltreatment in 2010 found that 9.2% of victimized children were sexually assaulted. That study was done by Dave Finklor, director of Crimes Against Children Research Center. He said show that 1 in 5 girls and 1 in 20 boys is a victim of child sexual abuse. Self-reported studies show that 20% of adult females and 5 to 10% of adult males recall childhood sexual assault or sexual abuse incidents. During a 1-year period of time in the U.S., 60% of youth ages 14 to 17 had been sexually victimized. Over the course of their lifetime, 28% of U.S. youth aged 14 to 17 had been sexually victimized. Children are the most vulnerable to CSA between the ages of 7 and 13. According to a 2003 National Institute Justice report, 3 out of 4 adolescents who have been sexually assaulted were victimized by someone they knew and knew well. The Bureau of Justice Statistics report shows 1.6 or 16 out of 1,000 children between the ages of 12 and 17 were victims of rape or sexual assault. A study conducted in 1986 found that 63% of women who had suffered sexual abuse by a family member also reported a rape or attempted rape after the age of 14. Recent studies show in 2000, 2002, and 2005 have all concluded similar results. Children who had an experience of rape or an attempted rape in their adolescent years were 13.7 times more likely to experience rape or attempted rape in their first year in college. A child who is a victim of prolonged sexual abuse usually develops low self-esteem, check, a feeling of worthlessness, check, and an abnormal and distorted view of sex. The child may become withdrawn and mistrustful of adults and can become suicidal. Check. Children who do not live with both parents, as well as children living in homes marked by parental discord, divorce, or domestic violence, have a higher risk of being sexually abused, a 99% higher risk. In the vast majority of cases, there were cases where there is credible evidence that a child has been penetrated. Only 5 to 15% of those children will have genital injuries consistent with sexual abuse. Okay, sweetheart. Child sexual abuse is not solely restricted to physical contact. Such abuse could include non-contact abuse, such as exposure, voyeurism, and child pornography. Compared to those with no history of sexual abuse, young males who were sexually abused were 5 times more likely to cause teen pregnancy, 3 times more likely to have multiple sex partners, and 2 times more likely to have unprotected sex, according to the study published online in the June print issue of the Journal of Adolescent Health. Crazy shit. Crazy shit. And the numbers just keep growing and things just keep getting worse and people just don't want to do nothing about it. Well, I don't got kids. Why do I care? Type of deal. You know? It's ridiculous.
So you still don't want good for kids? I mean, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, indeed. Hit that thumbs up or down. It helps me either way. Okay, so combating child sex trafficking is a critical issue that requires a multifaceted approach. Here are some ways you can help. 1. Educate yourself and others. Learn about the signs of child trafficking and educate your community. Awareness is the first step in prevention. 2. Support organizations. Donate to or volunteer with organizations that work to prevent trafficking, support survivors, and advocate for stronger laws and penalties and policies. Advocate for policy changes. Contact your local representatives to advocate for policies that protect children and prevent trafficking. Report suspicious activity. It's better to be wrong and embarrassed than right and not do nothing about it at all. If you suspect someone is a victim of trafficking, report it to the National Human Trafficking Hotline at 1-888-373-7888. Para! Or text 233 or 233-733.
Lay down.
Promote ethical practices. Support businesses that have ethical labor practices and avoid those that may exploit children. Help refugees and migrants. Join advocacy groups. Become a part of advocacy groups like UNICEF or Save the Children, which work tirelessly to end child trafficking. Stay informed. I think this is probably one of the most important parts of it. Stay informed. Keep up to date with the latest information on child trafficking through reliable sources and share this knowledge with your network. By taking these actions, you can contribute to the global effort to end child trafficking and create a safer world for children. There we go. And with that, I'm going to get out of here. Ladies and gentlemen, have a good night, and we'll catch you next time.